My name is Rylan, and welcome to an episode of Rye's Guide to Nearly Everything. On this show, I'll cover a wide range of topics, such as science, technology, and the environment, just to name a few. Today, I will give a quick tutorial on how to terminate Category 5E network cables with an 8P8C modular connector. These are usually referred to as RJ45 connectors. From here on, I'll call them that. What this means is, I will be adding plugs on the ends of wires. Why? So that wires can plug into things, like routers, TVs, PCs, and game consoles, to connect them to the home Ethernet. In case you're not familiar with the term Ethernet, it's simply a way of connecting computers together in a local area network, such as your home. This is the first video in a series where I will start by terminating the Cat5e cables, followed by how to splice them. Next, I will describe a typical home network topology map and its components. And finally, walk through the installation and configuration of a Google Mesh Wi-Fi network. Full disclosure, I'm not a professional network technician. I'm 12, but I'm a quick learner, and this is a pretty easy skill to pick up. Like everyone else's family, mine was stuck at home during quarantine, and everyone was hogging our Wi-Fi for school, work, and gaming. Our thin Wi-Fi forced us to rethink our existing approach to home internet. So we ran Cat5e cable from our router to every room in the house so that we will have Ethernet drop for all our PCs, TVs, and gaming consoles. This gave me a chance to learn how to terminate the stranded Cat5e network cables sticking out of the walls, with RJ45 modular connectors so that we could plug the cables to our devices. For starters, I learned that Category 5E cable, called Cat5e for short, is the current standard in high-speed internet, and the E in Cat5e stands for enhanced. Although standard Cat5 Ethernet cable was pretty fast as I understand, Cat5e is significantly faster. So let's get started. First, the materials. The Cat5e cable, the RJ45 connectors, the stripping tool, the RJ crimping tool, and the Ubi Gear CH1781 tester. First, you need to strip this blue coating away and expose the 4 twisted wire pairs. By the way, our crimping tool has a built-in wire stripper, as you can see here. But the first few attempts using it, I nicked a few of the copper wires in the twisted pair and had to start over. This stripping tool is more delicate on the underlying wires and prevented this problem every time. First, strip about 1.5 inches of coating. After the coating is removed, the 4 sets of twisted pairs need to be untwisted and straightened. By the way, there is a piece of filament that runs along the length of the cable. You can see here. Once untwisted and straightened, the wires need to be put in the correct order. There are a few standard ordering schemes out there. The T568A scheme or the T568B scheme. Following either is just fine. They both work. The only thing that matters is that you pick a scheme and stick with it as you terminate both sides of the cable. More on this during the test towards the end of the video. In this video, I'll be following the T568B scheme. That means that I will arrange the wires in the following order: white, orange, orange, white, green, blue, white, blue, green, white, brown, brown. Getting them in this order, nice and neat, is tedious. White, orange, orange, white, green, blue, blah, 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 blah. It's correct. Once they're in proper order, you need to cut them to the appropriate length. The goal is to have the colored wires long enough to fit all the way into the end of the RJ45 connectors. Recheck the order, then carefully insert the ordered wires into the RJ45 connector. You will feel them slip in. Peek through the clear plastic connector to double check the order. It's easy for wires to sneak out of position. Then, carefully insert the terminal into the crimping tool all the way and squeeze hard. Do this a few times for good measure. When both sides are complete, it's time to test. For this, I used an UbiGear CH178. It's a good idea to make sure both batteries are good so you don't feel like an idiot. Insert the RJ45 connector from one terminated end of the Cat5e to the master port of the tester, and the other end to the remote part. Once both cables are plugged in, turn it on. The tester will start its processing and will test ports 1 through 8. You should see 1 through 8 light up in the order on the master and the remote end of the tester. In this case, the remote lights up in the order 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 6, 7, 8, so the 4th and the 5th wires are crossed. You will need to cut the faulty terminal off and start over. If both master and remote lights up in ports 1 through 8 in order, the wires in both ends are ordered the same and you are good to go. And that's it. I hope you found this video informative. Please like, comment, and subscribe.